Hello friends, welcome to ICAD number 9 here. I have a Dina Wakley background stamp that has been stamped onto some white tissue paper, and I put some heavy matte gel into my little plastic cup and I added some water to make my own fluid matte medium. If you've been following me for even just the last couple weeks, you'll know that I recently moved into a beautiful new home, um, much larger than our last one, and we're really excited. We're hosting some art journaling classes here every couple weeks and things like that. But unfortunately, when you move, no matter how prepared you are, some things just end up getting misplaced or put somewhere they shouldn't, which I guess would be the same thing as misplaced or whatever. Anyways, I have not found my bottle of fluid matte medium, and call me um stubborn, but I cannot buy a new jar of fluid matte medium knowing that there's one floating around somewhere. So I've just been making my own fluid matte medium with water and heavy matte gel in a little cup. So I did that and I collaged down this gorgeous Dina Wakley background stamp that had been stamped with archival ink, by the way, by Ranger onto that tissue paper. And then I collaged that down, and I had some book text that I thought would make a really great border here. So I put that down with Yoo-Hoo. And now I have out some heavy gesso. This is gesso by Blick. I really love this gesso. This is my go-to for heavy. And I am using it. Gesso is the great equalizer, as I like to say. And I used it to scrape along the edges and then just very slightly along the surface of my ICAD. And which, by the way, I've seen some questions out there. It stands for Index Card a Day. It's a challenge that Daisy Yellow has put together. So look her up. Look up ICAD and look up ICAD 2017. And there are loads of people who are having fun with some ICADs. Since I was already in a Dina Wakley mood, and I'm such a big fan of Dina Wakley and her products, there are just a couple artists I really love. And, Donna Downey and Dina Wakley and a few others out there too. But those two, I know, they're both product designers, which I think plays a lot into it because I'm a product designer and an artist. And so I think that we all kind of have this kind of funny sisterhood going on, that we create products that we want and we need and we know that other people will use. So all of that just to say that I was already in this Dina Wakley mood with her beautiful big bold background stamp. So then I got out her Blackberry delicious heavy bodied paint, and I used that, but that's by Ranger, and I used that to make some marks in my on my index card. And then I dried everything and I got out some of my Stabilo marks all pencil, and I grungied up some stuff, and you'll see that the marks all pencil works differently on the gesso versus the collaged tissue paper versus the raw book text that was left raw on top because I glued it with a Yoo-Hoo stick. So keep things like that in mind because they make a difference, all the different ways you've treated your papers. Then I got out my Unwound Studio Moroccan tile stencil and went back in with that Blackberry delicious purple. I was telling Mixed Media Jen just the other day that I am not that great with purple, so for this ICAD I really wanted to kind of work with it and use it specifically as my one color and keep that in mind while I was doing everything, building my layers and embellishing and mark making and all of that. So that's where that kind of purple is coming from. Then I used some masking tape. Now, I do have masking tape in all kinds of sizes, but when I can't find the size I'm looking for, or even better, when I kind of just want it to be whatever, I get out a thicker masking tape. Sometimes I'll tear it, and then sometimes I'll cut it. So I cut this one, I think it's 1 inch, and I cut it at a third. So then I had 1/3 section, a 1/3 width piece, and a 2/3 width piece. And I put those together. And I put some Stabilo over that masking tape because it reacts differently to the Stabilo than the collaged area did. And I got out some pencil and did a little scribbling. I erased some of it and I put some of it back down. And then I had this piece of book text that was on my page or on my desk, and I trimmed out some really great words from it. So I kind of have a little pile of them, and you're going to see a few of them show up here in the next few ICADs because all of the words are really great. And that's it. Then I glued down one of those sections of words. All right, so thanks so much for joining me again. There's another video coming up shortly with the same layout, sort of, but different colors, some different materials, and utilizing those text words again. Thanks so much for being here. Please subscribe. You can join my Facebook group. It's really awesome in there. People share their artwork, and I share my artwork and tips and tricks, and I share other artists' stuff, and it's a really great community and place to be. Thanks so much for joining me. See you again.